everyone, just going for a dive at a place called Pumpkin Hollow, which is kind of north of Jurien Bay. It is a beautiful day here in Jurien. It has been for the last few days, so yeah, going to try and get a dive as a reward for all my efforts and see what's going on out at Pumpkin Hollow. It's when I was in town the other day, there was a woman in there. Overheard her saying she's out there crabbing, so might see some crabs, might see some crays. Don't quite know what the floor's like out there. I'm not sure if there's any bommies and shells or anything, or whether it's just kind of like seaweed and stuff. I'm not totally sure. It's hard to tell from the satellites, but from satellite pics and the maps. But yeah, I thought I'd go and have a little look and practice the breath hold and get a bit wet and see what's happening under the ocean and get a bit of therapy, a bit of diving therapy, and get to go forward driving and off-road a little bit. Maybe not forward driving, but certainly off-road, and yeah, go see what's happening. So Jurien Bay is an interesting one. Like, there's lots of little places to go exploring. Like, you've got Sandy Cove out there, which is just a stunning bay, kind of face north off the beach, so the prevailing southwest, the Freo Doctor, is you're protected from that, and it's just, the water there's beautiful. They've got some amazing campsites, and then you go out to North Head from there, and you've got some really beautiful rocky outcrops out there. Another nice little cave. They've got some old bunkers from World War II out there as well. Really nice graffiti on with the ubiquitous dick pic out there, or not the dick pic, ubiquitous penis drawing all over it, and all the usual stuff like that. So anyway, it's great fun forward driving out there from Sandy Cove. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna go check out Pumpkin Hollow. Yeah, it's gonna be shallow. It's not. I think it's only gonna be like 2 or 3 meters, but the water looked so good the other day in town. I thought I just needed to, yeah, see what I might find. See if there's crabs or crays. I heard there's some seahorses kicking around. So we'll go and have a look. Full driving out to Pumpkin Hollow. Yeah, getting some scratches on the side. Can get a little teeth rattling in parts the four-wheel drive track. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, not for the average four-wheel drive. Bloody hell. Here we are, parked up at Pumpkin Hollow, just showing you the kind of main point in the main parking area there. Yeah, look at that water. That water looks stunning. The turquoise coast, as they call it. Beautiful. Yeah, you can see the full drive tracks in. We are parked up right there on that little loop on the corner. But yeah, it's beautiful, a bit windy, but the water colour is beautiful. The visibility is pretty good. It's a bit murky and seaweedy once we get in there, but yeah, you can see the water, just the colour of the water is stunning. The white sandy beaches of WA. About to get into it here. About to dive in the water and have a look and see what's going on. Don't really know what it's like under there. You know, you kind of look at the top and go, it doesn't look like there's that much going on, but put your head under there, and yeah, always surprised once I put your head under there. These big pinnacles out there, just lots of these big pinnacles. You just don't see them at all from the shore, and even from above. So get out there and yeah, see what beautiful sea life and marine life there is. It's so nice. The sun rays shining through, beautiful. So lots of these pinnacles out there, and then the fish start to, as you kind of go out deep, the fish start to come up and check you out. They're really curious. It's one of the things that I've loved about free diving and diving in particular, is just how curious they are when you dive down there and you haven't got any bubbles coming out and you just go really slow and steady. They all come up and scope you out and say, hey, what are you doing here? What's going on? And the more you kind of continue with it, the closer they get, the more fish that come around, and they get closer and closer slowly as you go. And you can see there's lots of debris, lots of seaweed in the water getting kind of washed off the reef with the swell, but also lots of marine life. Yeah, look at all those buff brim. Get a bit deeper there. And this is a beautiful cave that I found out here, which looks like it goes right under the kind of reef at the very back of this little bay here. So it's my first kind of dive into it. It's always that anxiousness when you come from the light into the dark about what you're going to see, what's going to be under there. But yeah, just lots of fish and lots of shells and debris, and yeah, beautiful big cave, and just all those fish coming in, and again still just checking me out, just seeing what's going on. But so nice in the water, so nice. All those pinnacles rising around you and all the beautiful coral. I mean, it's a pretty nice day today, but you can imagine just how beautiful it would be if all that murky seawater and debris wasn't in there. Stunning. Bit of a swim through here, tiny swim through, just having a bit of fun. Try not to break too much as I go through and hit too much. A tiny swim through. Watching what was going on top of the water, and a wave broke right on me and took me a bit by surprise. Nothing dramatic at all, just wasn't expecting it, and then all of a sudden covered by white water. So looked up, see the next breaker coming through, and just dive under it. It's pretty easy and safe and no stress. Bit of fun really. Dive under. Watch it roll over the top of you. Holding onto the reef here, breathing up. Down we go, going into that cave again, going for a bit more of a longer look this time. Yeah, so many fish in there. Bit of current kind of sucking and pushing, but nothing major at all, nothing to be concerned about. Yeah, just a nice little 20 or 30 seconds down there. Lovely. Just exploring under one of the shelves. So many colourful little fish. Sea urchin hidden away in there. And just started to really just go down, sit on the bottom, hold on to something, just lie there. really be at peace, see what the fish were doing. The more I did it, the more they came up to me, the closer they got, the more curious they got, the safer they felt. Diving along, having a look under a ledge, hoping to find a cray, but really I'd kind of given up. Just not the season for it, I don't think. Then found this swarming school of fish. I have no idea what they are, but just crazy cool how they looked. Turn around and then you're being chased by all those buff brim. I feel like they're waiting for you to break something or stab something or crush a sea urchin or something to feed them. I'm not sure if they're just hanging around to see if I leave them some food or whether they're just curious as to who this is. Either way, pretty happy to have them hanging around. Yeah, these crazy pinnacle things, often most of them are hollow. Go and have a look at what's in there. Normally just crusty old shells. This one was quite a deep one, so I thought I'd have a little dive into it, a little poke around. Nothing much to be seen in there though. Just a bit of fun. And look who's behind me. Yeah, so nice. So nice. Like I said, when you first go out there, there's just one or two, and then the school just grows in size as they get more comfortable and curious. Comfort in numbers, I guess. Yeah, beautiful green fish here. I'm not sure, quite camouflage, but look at all those buff brim. There's so many of them because they're not good eating. It's a marine park, so you can't catch any of the fish out here, hence there's so many fish. Nice. In my happy place. Holding onto some seagrass here, just getting some bottom time. Hard to describe how serene it feels when you're down there. Just how calm and peaceful. It's really nice lying on your back, lying on the floor, just looking up at the rays and the water lapping and all the fish around, and debris in the ocean kind of swaying back and forth. It's so good for the soul. Spotted this little sucker under the ledge over here. Not sure what he is, but he's a bit more independent than the others. So just kind of came in at a safe distance. A little bit of a dance. He's checking me out, I'm checking him out. He's getting a bit more comfortable. He sees all the other fish, so he's coming out, checking me out. Coming out from under his ledge. Really need to work out what species some of these are. But yeah, it was a lot of fun just sitting with him, watching him looking at me, eyeballing each other. Just got back from a tiny little dive out here at Pumpkin Hollow. It was really nice. Been over in WA for almost 10 days, and that was the first time I had a chance to have a dive, and I fly out back to Melbourne tomorrow. So yeah, it's just been glorious. Like this little Pumpkin Hollow here, it doesn't look like a lot. Nobody here, full drive track out here, but there's lots of life out there. I think just shitty buff brim and lots of other little bits and bobs, but they were super fun to go swimming with, and yeah, beautiful water and beautiful temp. So really nice out here at Pumpkin Hollow. Worth the trip out, and I'll send them back. Good for kids too. You got kind of an outer reef protecting like all the inner reef, and there's lots of like stalagmites. Kind of they look like they're maybe pinnacles at one stage. Heaps of them kind of peppered out throughout the bay out there, or throughout the little area out there. So yeah, really nice, and a huge big cave out there as well, with a heap of buff brim kind of in the outer reef area out there. So huge big cave under there, and I dove under there a few times, a couple of breed ups, and dove down in there and got some nice footage, schools of fish, and the fish are really curious. Like, you dive down and hold on to the rocks and sit there for a while, and they're all coming like, what are you doing down here? This is my part of town. And checking you out, and yeah, coming up really close. So yeah, just an awesome experience. So pretty happy I did it. I was almost not going to do it because of the wind, but this side of Pumpkin Hollow is nice, and the wind seems to have died off. Mind you, I'll probably come out of this little cove here, and this little bay, and get blown away, but yeah, it's been beautiful. Yeah, so there's the waves breaking on the reef out there, the outer reef, which means this little area in here is all in here is nice and protected, so you can go out to about there. It's just beautiful. Like, yeah, where that wave's breaking now, there's a nice cave just under there, a huge cave. It's so nice to dive into and have a look at. Yeah, a beautiful kind of channel going out this way as well. So well worth it. Glad I did it, and I'll be back. Try and get here in the morning. I think being here in the morning is going to make it much nicer, a bit calmer. So yeah, lots of fish out there because it's a marine park, so lots of fish to see. Yeah, good fun. Didn't see any crayfish. I was expecting to see a cray out there, a little cactus or something, but not much to be seen out there in that regard. So yeah, worth checking out if you're in the area. Alright, made it up the apples and pears there and out. There's another look at the dive. Just went for an explore just in that little area, not much really. Just went out there and had a really nice dive, half an hour or so. So that's really relaxed. I didn't try and keep on and see much or too much, just really relaxed and immersed myself in the aqua life, marine life down there. Yeah, it was so nice, and when you just relax more, like your breath holds much longer, you can stay in the water longer, and fish scare the fish off, so they come up and check you out more and more curious. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. Really nice dive. So it's looking like a beautiful afternoon here as well. Wish I could stay, but I do have a flight to catch tomorrow back to Melbs. Yeah, I'll certainly be back next time and explore out there. That's for sure. A lot to be seen out here, and a good spot. Great spot to bring the kids. You can see down the front here, they can have a little dive and go around in there, protected by waves are breaking there, so they can have an explore in there. Yeah, just in that section again, like it's only 2-3 meters. And just beautiful. Lots of fish, lots of marine life to see. So definitely be back. And here's the other side of Pumpkin Hollow, looking south down Pumpkin Hollow. You can see Jurien Bay's just over there. Perhaps you can't see it, but yeah, Jurien Bay's over that way. Part of the world. Here's the bush bashing bus that my dad just bought. This is the horse and cart got me out here. This 4-wheel drive tracks are kind of fun coming out here. I'll probably go a different way back. The road to Pumpkin Hollow from the Indian Ocean Drive was a little hairy in places, so I think going out through Sandy Cove might be a bit easier, but yeah. This is the new stallion, the bush basher my dad got because he doesn't want to scratch up the nice 4-wheel drives. Yeah, so that's where we are. Marine Park, you can see on the map, you are here, Pumpkin Hollow. Wonderful spot. Yeah, so here's the stallion. Went to go out this morning, had a puncture in the tyre, had to bloody fix the tyre. Funny games. Anyway, it's a good beast, I'm very happy with it. So this is the track in. 4-wheel drive track, there's a few hairy bits, but it's all part of the fun, right? For the most part it's pretty easy going. I'm going to go out a different way, go out past Sandy Cove, which is this way. Turned in by the trees. I'm leaving that way because I'll probably just get turned in again and push that out now. Don't have to worry about traffic behind, so now let's do it. Yeah, such a nice part of the world. I love getting out into these remote areas, although it's not as remote as it used to be, but yeah, beautiful bushland, coastal bushland up along the coast here. Thanks for watching, everyone, if you made it this far. If you're in WA and doing a trip up the coast, yeah, it's worth heading out to Sandy Cape and North Head and checking it out. If you've got a 4-wheel drive, you're willing to get scratched up, then yeah, I highly recommend heading down to North Head and Pumpkin Hollow. You can get into Sandy Cape without getting any scratches on the car, but if you want to head down to North Head and Pumpkin Hollow down this way, then yeah, you'll need a 4-wheel drive. You don't mind getting a bit scratched up, so but well worth it.